back in 2008, Larry Roberts here thought it would be a really great idea in our coordinated transportation meetings for us to pursue getting a wheelchair accessible taxi. And that's a really new idea. Up until that time, wheelchair accessible taxis would be minivans that had been taken apart and lowered and assembled and put back together to be accessible. And so we went to see several of these minivans. And John Cater from Ithaca Dispatch, Judy Willis, and I went and we looked at accessible minivans. And what we really realized is that it was not going to work very well for a commercial taxi use. For a residential use, for a family use, it would be great. But it did not have the type of room and everything really needed for this to really work. At the same time, this new company, Vehicle Production Group, had a prototype of this vehicle. And they're saying we're going to start building them here in Indiana. And so we're very excited about that. We received a federal grant to pay 80% of the cost. And Ithaca Dispatch, John Cater's president, invested the remaining 20%. And so this is a real effective public-private partnership to bring a type of accessibility that we did not have in the community.
But we're very proud of Gadabout. We're very proud of TCAT for everything that they that those organizations do. This is an important gap that we're really filling today, and I want to thank Larry for identifying the gap and for helping to make it possible, and to John for this investment. It's a true public-private partnership. It reminds me of my dad. Last 10 years of his life, he was a double amputee. And he found a way to get around where he lived in Southern California. Those were 20 years ago. Those were days when you had to fight for every handicapped accessible parking space, and there was no such thing as an accessible bus or taxi or anything like that. So this is about, you know, unfortunately, we're all getting older. A lot of us are going to maybe not need it right now, but we may need it in the future. Many people need it right now and will need it all their lives. So this is something that we're really proud to be able to offer in Tompkins County.
So actually, it wasn't just me that had this idea. It's an idea that the Independence Center really has been active in supporting and saw as a need a long time ago. So we're really happy that this taxi is now here on the ground. We'll be even more excited when the first official ride is reserved and taken on the taxi. This really is a community effort and a result of a community working together, public, private, advocates, just people whose job it is to really make the community livable and to make the community more accessible to people with disabilities. I'm really happy. I don't know where I'm going to go first at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'll probably try to figure out somewhere I can go at 2 o'clock in the morning just to show other people in wheelchairs who use wheelchairs and have other kinds of mobility problems that we don't have to wait for a certain schedule or hope that a certain connection can be made between one type of transportation or another. This community is really lucky and to have the kind of resources we have, whether it's Gadabout, whether it's the fully accessible fixed route transportation system, or whether it's the wheelchair accessible taxi, or car share, or fish, or ride share, the way in which this community, the county, the city, the towns have developed the resources for the citizenry and for visitors and for tourists is really the result of long, hard work. And this is just the next piece of what I hope will be a continuing development of resources that will make Ithaca and Tompkins County attractive to people to stay, to work, to go to school, and to age. So I'm really pleased. Thanks.